next half hour, I will be reading from the June 1, 2026 issue of the Chautauqua Gazette on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. All right. The first article on the front page is entitled "For the Love of Family Farms," written by Will Lively. And this appears to be kind of a list of activities at various farmers markets. Let's start off with the Bemis Point Farmers and Artisans Market on Fridays, right now, as a matter of fact, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Bemis Point Farmers and Artisans Market, Artisans Market, I apologize, I'll read that again. The Bemis Point Farmers and Artisans Market, which also serves as the kickoff to its busy summer season, takes place lakeside in Village Park and offers a variety of local foods, goods, and activities, from henna tattoos, face painting, dirty sodas, and live music to baked goods, produce, meat, and prepared foods. The market offers fun for everyone and delivers. Unique in its lakeside location and proximity to local shopping, the farmers market is pet-friendly and the perfect spot to bring the family to start the day, whether you plan to wander through the tents and shops or use the adjacent boat ramp for an afternoon on the lake. Those interested in becoming vendors can take advantage of their free vendor spaces by applying on the village website. The next would be the Casadega Farmers Market on Sundays from 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., hosted in cooperation with the nonprofit Citizens for a Better Casadega and the Fredonia Farmers Market. The Casadega Farmers Market features vendors from both the Fredonia, I lost my place here. Features vendors from both the Fredonia Market and those unique to Casadega. Located near Casadega Beach on Lower Lake, the Farmers Market is a resident-run initiative with current CBC President Cindy Flaherty. CBC stands for Citizens for a Better Casadega. So CBC President Cindy Flaherty is running this initiative, and she says that residents appreciate the market, and she welcomes visitors to enjoy a summer afternoon in the quaint village. The market, that runs Sundays from 12:30 to 3:30, serves as the perfect way to enjoy the town before the locally famous Lakeside Concert Series on the Casadega floating stage, which runs after the farmers market on select Sundays from 5 till 7. Ms. Flaherty says that much of the audience attends in their boats. That makes Sundays in Casadega another wonderful way to get out on the water this summer. Next, the Dunkirk Farmers Market, Wednesdays from 9 until 2. Dunkirk is referred to as Chautauqua's Lake Erie destination city, known as a summer draw, and its farmers market is no different. Besides vendors offering meats, eggs, and produce, there are also local craftspeople, as well as baked goods, food trucks, community organization tables, and a selection of musical guests. However, Dunkirk also focuses on making the farmers market accessible to all by participating in the New York State Agriculture and Markets Fresh Connect program to improve the diets and offer fresh food to underserved populations. Through Fresh Connect, which is also offered in Jamestown and Fredonia, the Dunkirk market can double the value of SNAP benefits, SNAP benefits, up to $50. Fresh Connect has also drawn a wider customer base to the market, benefiting farmers, ranchers, and community members, and includes one day each season where those in underserved communities who are not on SNAP, such as veterans and seniors, can come to the farmers market to receive $50 in Fresh Connect coupons for use on approved food items. Dunkirk's market already has a full complement of meat and produce vendors, but is accepting applications from vendors offering other products. Information on the Dunkirk Farmers Market and its programs can be found on the Dunkirk City website and the Dunkirk Farmers Market Facebook page. All right, next, the Forestville Farmers Market, open on Thursdays from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. The Forestville Farmers Market was founded in 2024 following the dissolution of the village of Forestville and its incorporation into the town of Hanover. Residents, including Amy Rogers, formed the group Imagine Forestville. That's the name of the group, Imagine Forestville, to preserve the former village's historic buildings and revive the once bustling community they had known as children. Using a survey of residents conducted at the time of dissolution, they decided to establish a farmers market to bring visitors and needed capital to the village area. And let me just wet my whistle here. The project has been a success, and the market attracts people to Main Street during the summer season to enjoy the walkable community and its vendors, historic buildings, and local businesses. The market has live music and welcomes any interested local musicians to play, fostering an open-mic feeling that enlivens the hamlet on Thursday afternoons and has spawned further events such as a concert at the American Legion in Forestville on July 16th at 6:30. The name of the agency is Imagine Forestville. Imagine Forestville has built upon the success of the market, making improvements to the downtown area and recently having been awarded a grant from the New York State Main Street program to further improve and make space for current and future businesses. The market is always fielding vendors, and those interested should contact Nancy Adams Fry. Her number, if you have a pencil nearby, is 732-310-3331. That's Nancy Fry at 732-310-3331. All right, and there's also the Falconer Farmers and Artisans Market on Sundays at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let me see if I can find out some information on that. The article starts off, when Nikki Pierce joined the Falconer Village Board, she knew she wanted to relaunch several Falconer parks. Okay, we're coming up on page 9 here. This is where it apparently... All right, she wanted to continue some park initiatives, including the once popular farmers market. So the Falconer Farmers and Artisans Market has since become a community staple, offering produce, baked goods, Irish goods, and artisanal crafts. Located in Davis Park in Falconer on Sundays, the markets become the springboard for other community events, with vendor fees going towards the end-of-season family community night, also located in Davis Park. Similarly, the last day of the market, September 20th, serves as the Falconer Fall Festival, which is a family-friendly end-of-season bash. The Falconer Market is always looking for new vendors, and those wishing to apply can contact Cindy Capistrati, the village clerk. Her contact information, as well as information on the farmers market and other Falconer community events, can be found on the village's website as well as Facebook. The Jamestown Farmers Market on Saturdays at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., according to Kristen Bentley, who's the Jamestown Farmers Market Community Engagement Coordinator, the market leverages its relationship with St. Luke's Episcopal Church and the regional hub's support to serve the community by, quote, creating stronger local food systems. This includes an excellent Saturday market that runs nearly year-round, as well as programs that serve farmers, vendors, and customers across the metro area. Two examples of this network approach include the Capital Market, which serves areas of food insecurity with a weekly mobile farmers market, and its innovative use of grant funds. The Jamestown Market was recently awarded a farmers market resiliency grant, which they used to improve services, but also passed on to farmers through micro grants. Ms. Bentley said that these funds were distributed based on community feedback, including Western New York's short growing season and the subsequent shortage of local produce in the spring and fall as one of the customers' primary concerns. To address this shortage, the market distributed $23,000 to local farmers through the Greenhouse Microgrant Program, enabling the farmers to extend the growing season and increase produce supply in the colder months. Other programs and services include the Community Garden, a farm share program, and food boxes for seniors and Medicaid recipients. Details on the various programs, and as well as the mobile market dates and locations and applications for vendors, volunteers, and musicians can be found on the Jamestown Farmers Market website. All right, let's go back to page 1. Okay, let's see here. And let's go to page 2. All right, this week around town, there is a 50% discount on a book sale all day. It ends tomorrow, June 6th. It's going on today, June 5th, Friday. It's at the Prendergast Library in Jamestown. If you want to attend that. Let's see here. A lot of these events have already taken place, so I'm going to skip those. You have the Artisans Market on June 5th, today, Friday, at the Bemis Point Farmers and Artisans Market on Lakeside Drive, Bemis Point. Also today, you have First Friday Westfield on Main Street in Westfield. Let's see. Also, today, Friday, at 7 p.m., the Nights of Enchanted Dreams, the Miss Pearl Grey City Gay Pride Pageant at 7 p.m. I guess it starts at 104 West 2nd Street in Jamestown. For information, reach out to the Jamestown Pride Facebook page. Tomorrow, June 6th, the Ellington and Conewango Valley townwide yard sales, all day tomorrow, located, or whatever it says, Ellington and Conewango Valley. There's also a bottle and can drive starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning until 2 p.m. Located at 5007 Thornton Road in Ellington. Check the Ellington Town Picnic Facebook page. The Jamestown Farmers Market tomorrow 9 to 1, located at 3rd Street and Pine Street in Jamestown. Then we have the tomorrow, Saturday, June 6th, Bemis Point Village /wide yard, Bemis Point Village-wide yard sales, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow at Bemis Point. What else do we got tomorrow? Tomorrow, June 6th, a busy day. Audubon Photography Club from 10 until 11 a.m. tomorrow at the Audubon Community Nature Center. At the Robert Jackson Center on 305 East 4th, you have the Pride Month opening ceremony, flag raising, 10 a.m. The Fenton History Center, a historic walking tour, 10 a.m. They will be leaving the Christ First United Methodist Church parking lot in Jamestown. There is a Lego Club children's program at Patterson Library in Westfield from 10:30 to 11:30. Let me wet my whistle here. All Ages Crafting. Again, this is Saturday, tomorrow. All Ages Crafting, macrame fairs from 1:30 to 3:30 at the Prendergast Library in Jamestown. Movies at the Reg, R-E-G, Hoppers, 2 p.m. At the Reg Lena Center for the Arts in Jamestown. Let's see here. On Sunday, June 7th, you've got the Casadega Farmers Market from 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. I may be misreading that. It says 8 till 11 p.m. At the Ames Commons in Casadega. There's also the first Sunday story time, 12:30 to 1 p.m. at the Audubon Community Nature Center in Jamestown. Let me pause at this point to say that you are listening to a rain of articles and features from the Chautauqua Gazette on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. And let me move on, if I may. All right. Interesting article here about a tribute to the internationally renowned John Denver. I heard a song by him this morning, as a matter of fact. It's such a beautiful voice. Anyway, on Friday, June 12th at 8 p.m., a fantastic tribute to John Denver will be performed by the country's #1 John Denver tribute artist, whose name is Ted Vigil. Vigil embodies the late great music icon in looks as well as voice, with an unforgettable performance. Denver's own lead guitarist, Steve Weisberg, has described Vigil's act as, quote, uncanny, close quote. The most heard comments after a show are, quote, I can't believe how much he looks and sounds like John Denver. It really took us back, close quote. Expect to hear John Denver's most beloved hits, including Take Me Home, Country Roads, Leaving on a Jet Plane, Annie's Song, Rocky Mountain High, Back Home Again, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, Sunshine on My Shoulders, and many more in this exquisite tribute to this sorely missed artist. Catch the next best thing to the original. Catch Ted Vigil's tribute to John Denver at the Struthers Library Theater, Warren, PA, on Friday, June 12th, 2026. I'll read that again. Tribute to John Denver at the Struthers Library Theater in Warren, PA. So, interesting that John Denver's real name was Henry John Duchendorf, Jr. He took his stage name from the beautiful capital city of his favorite state, Colorado. Later in life, Denver and his family settled in Aspen, Colorado, and his love for the Rocky Mountains inspired many of his songs. One of the world's best-known and best-loved performers, John Denver earned international acclaim as a songwriter, performer, actor, environmentalist, and humanitarian. His career lasted 4 decades, and his music has outlasted countless musical trends and garnered numerous awards and honors. He received numerous CMA and AMA, among other music awards, during his career. Despite winning the Country Music Association Entertainer of the Year in 1975, he was not inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame because there was some controversy over his reputation as a folk rock artist rather than a traditional country musician. However, he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1996 and into the Colorado Music Hall of Fame in 2011. And in 2007, Rocky Mountain High became the declared state song of Colorado. John Denver's first and one of his most famous #1 hits was Sunshine on My Shoulders, which topped the Billboard Hot 100 in early '74. He had 3 other U.S. #1 singles with Annie's Song, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, and I'm Sorry. I never heard of that song, I'm sorry. Making Sunshine on My Shoulders, his first of 4 chart toppers. In his career, Denver had 34 hits on Billboard's adult contemporary chart, including 18 top 10s, 9 of which reached number 1, which put him in a tie in the chart's history with Neil Diamond and Michael Bolton. His first starring role in a movie was in 1977, a film called Oh God! Which also starred the late George Burns. At the time, Oh God! Was the highest grossing comedy ever. The film has stood the test of time. Pardon me, I lost my place. The film has stood the test of time and is still well received by critics and audiences alike. Other movies he made included Walking Thunder in 1997 and a movie called Savant in 1998. Denver also had numerous television appearances and specials and music videos throughout his career. Denver was one of the first artists to share an environmental message through his music, beginning with a song by Tom Paxson entitled Whose Garden Was This? This was the first in a long line of songs that he recorded about the environment. He contributed his talents to the benefit of many charitable environmental causes and received numerous civic and humanitarian awards over the years. Fans responded to his heartfelt urgings about ecology, peace, and compassion on his records and at live performances. Denver also received recognition from many governments for his concerts to raise awareness of global hunger problems. In 1976, he co-founded the WinStar Foundation, which is a nonprofit environmental education and research center to address global issues like hunger, climate change, sustainable food sources, and other global issues, and to work toward a sustainable future for the world. Again, don't miss experiencing Ted Vigil's tribute to this iconic entertainer and humanitarian, John Denver. June 12th, 8 p.m., at the beautiful historic Struthers Library Theater in Warren, PA. Give a gift of music to yourself, your friends, or your family. All seats are $35 a piece. Reserve seating. Purchase your tickets today online at strutherslibrarytheater.org, or call the office at 814-723-7231. Once more, 814-723-7231. So that sounds like a lot of fun. He was quite the entertainer. I loved his voice. Love hearing his songs. All right, let's see here. Here is a picture from the Zonta, Z-O-N-T-A Club of Jamestown, honoring the following people for Women in Leadership Awards: Kayla Crosby, Stacy Hannon, Betsy Height-Burgess, and Elizabeth Rowe-Bear. Again, Women in Leadership Awards handed out by the Zonta Club of Jamestown. The Zonta Club, each honoree recognized for outstanding leadership, professional achievement, and deep commitment to service in the Jamestown region. And then it gives kind of a biographical synopsis of each lady. So very nice. Congratulations to these ladies. Let's see here. Bear with me. Let's see if I can find some interesting articles. All right, here's an article focusing on the Patterson Library in Westfield. For more than a century, the Patterson Library has been a part of daily life in Westfield. It is located on South Portage Street, first opened in 1896 and then moved to its current building in 1908. Today, it remains one of the village's most recognizable landmarks. Many visitors pause the moment they step through the front entrance, and so on. Let's see here. There's an article about for contractors. Here is an article about a show at the Reg Lewis Center for the Arts entitled I Swear and Hoppers. Oh, it's two shows, I guess. I Swear and then Hoppers. Yeah, I don't know if that. All right. I Swear. Oh, it already happened. I'm sorry. Forgot it. Move on. Tomorrow, however, Hoppers at 2 p.m. is the Disney/Pixar newest animated feature, which, because of our audience here and certain limitations, I will move on. The Jamestown Pride is returning for its 6th annual celebration. Jamestown Pride returns for its 6th annual celebration with a full week of events leading to the festival weekend on June 13th. Which will be a week from this coming Monday. This year's events are planned around the theme, quote, courageous together, proud forever, close quote. For people who would like to participate in this year's festival, there are many ways to get involved. First, volunteers are needed in making the festival possible, with more than 100 volunteers needed over the course of the festival weekend. Okay, it looks like it starts like June 13th, which is a Sunday. So it's not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, I think. Anyway, if you're interested in doing any volunteering, you can sign up at tinyurl.com/Jamestown Pride 2026 volunteer, which is kind of a mouthful. All right, other ways to get involved. Community members are invited to don their Pride finest for the 3rd annual Rainbow Walk on June 13th, entitled A Pride Parade on Foot. The Rainbow Walk begins at Winter Garden Plaza. Walkers are invited to dress in their most fabulous rainbow attire and gather at 11:30 a.m. and then walk through the festival. Groups and individuals also invited to create, quote, foot floats, close quote. Local drag performer Exotica Splash will MC the walk and perform at Winter Garden Plaza following the procession. Individuals and organizations interested in participating in the Rainbow Walk can register at that same email address, tinyurl.com/rainbowwalk26. Finally, Jamestown Pride's week-long events begin this weekend with its annual Progress Pride flag raising on Saturday, June 6th at 10 a.m. at the Robert Jackson Center. The event will include local speakers, refreshments, and the community spirit and civic engagement essential to the work of Jamestown Pride. To that end, Jamestown Pride 26 is made possible by community support and sponsorships, with special thanks to title sponsors Evergreen Health, St. Luke's Episcopal Church, and the Mental Health Association in Chautauqua County. Alrighty. Alright, we are about to wrap up here. So there is an article on the Peterson firm, keeping its traditions rooted from KORV, Corv, to the greenhouse. And it's written by Editor-in-Chief Katrina Fuller. For a business to stay relevant decade after decade, it helps to pay close attention Peterson Farm, a fixture in the Jamestown.
You've been listening to everything of today's, of